you get it? Is it on?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Taking Over the World with Ed and Aaron. What's up, buddy?
Just living, baby.
Living.
Livin. Living.
All right.
There you go.
What do you got going on? I saw you guys won a championship.
We did. The Toucans came out first tournament of the season. I'm not gonna lie.
Toucan Sam there?
Toucan Sam was not there. But
No Fruit Loops?
Listen, you can't walk out with a shirt that says, that Fruit Loops. It's trademark infringement, Like we just gone with the Toucan. A little sloppy on Saturday, shake some rest off, but then just obliterated everybody on Sunday. We played at 8 o'clock, 10:15, and then 12:30 to win the championship. Yeah, it was an obliteration.
So that means you were in the lower bracket.
First of all, I don't know why you had to bring up that shit.
Because you had 3 games.
We were just not seeded very well. So, from the seed that we were at.
No, it's great. It's great. The Giants all tend to win Super Bowls against Brady when they're not seeded very high.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say. But yeah, it was good stuff. A lot of runs. The over hit multiple times. I don't know if stations, casinos, or anybody had a line on any of the games on Sunday, but we definitely hit the over. I think we averaged like 15 runs a game. We hit the bejesus out of the ball. So, yeah, I think the over hit.
How'd Brankston do?
Good. He's just hitting the ball so well. He's so dang fast. His first 3 hits all to the wall for triples. We're like, do not hit anything but triples. Either hit it over. Give yourself a break.
Yeah.
He did good. He had 600 on the weekend and played pretty well. But, which is interesting. Okay, so I got a couple things we got to talk about. Now you walked me into something.
See? There we go. I knew I'd get so you were like, what are we going to talk about today? And we never planned it out. But I was like, let's just go with the flow.
So when I just said Braxton's fast.
Right.
Okay? I'd like to think he gets that from me. First of all, there's no hiccup. Homeboy's fast. Yeah, I bet you.
Is he flash fast?
What does that mean? Bang, boom, flash fast.
The flashes?
Oh, the flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's flash fast.
Oh.
He's speedy. So he's cooking around the base.
Or is he Speedy Gonzalez style?
Yeah.
You're kind of Mexican. So.
Wow. It's in the blood. I'm going to have to actually go more speedy. Listen, another fun fact. I had a friend growing up. Their last name was Gonzalez.
Right.
And they had a chinchilla. And they named their chinchilla Speedy.
No way.
So the chinchilla's name was Speedy Gonzalez.
Who was the slowpoke in the cartoon?
I don't know.
Because there's a slowpoke, Fernandez or something. And he
Fernandez?
Yes.
Is this Gomez and Sanchez? What, you got a whole plethora of them over there? You got to get throwing a Gutierrez in there too while you're at it, bro?
No.
That is my mom's maiden name, so I'm cool there. I'm safe there.
Fernandez is mine, so yeah, my mom's maiden name, so I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay, so it got me thinking. So last night we had practice, and I had to leave to take Beckham from baseball to soccer, and our big boys, 14U team, had practice. And at the end, they were doing speed, and they were doing 60-yard dashes and 40-yard dashes. And when I got home, Braxton was quick to tell me he's the fastest guy on the team. I'm like, I thought so-and-so was pretty quick. He's like, believe it or not, I beat him. He's like, I run a 4.40. I'm all baloney, bro. I'm like, you got bros showing up at the NFL Combine and stuff.
Hold on. What is it with you and always challenging everybody's physical abilities?
Because I want proof. I want to prove it.
So anyways, you call BS on anybody that says you can do anything.
And so here's my proof in the pudding last night. Okay,
go.
So we have this conversation out for a while, and one time I challenged him 3 years ago. He said he was faster than his mom, and I was like, I think he's got her right. There's that day when you watch your kids and you're just like, one of these days there might be a little stronger, a little faster.
Right.
For him coming at me, today's not the day, right? But I thought he might have his mom, and she cooked him. She cooked him.
But she's an athlete too.
She is. She is. Yeah,
what'd she play?
Cheerleading.
Oh, they're athletes. They.
So she brought the first state championship to her high school. So you can't knock that. But that was 3 years ago, right? So he's gotten bigger and stronger and faster.
She brought the state championship to her high school 3 years ago?
Well,
come on, dude.
Not 3 years ago. That would be weird. but back in the day. So anyways, we got talking. He's like, I'm like, there's no way you run a 4.4, bro. He's like, I was like, I don't think you're faster than me. I go, do you think you're faster than me yet? He goes, I might be close, Dad. I said, close, but today's not the day, right? And I said, I don't think I run a 4.4. There's no way you run a 4.4. So we progress and we get in talking about just overall strength, and we talk about push-ups. He's like, I can do more push-ups than you. So I bet, bro. Old man's got old man strength. I was like, how many do you think you can do without stopping? He's like, I think I'm probably good for like 30. I'm like, all right. I'm in my head. I'm like, I know I can crank 25 without a doubt. I'm like, this is one of those moments where I got to either concede to him or I gotta go for it. Right.
So you never concede to your child.
I know.
Dude.
I know. So I was trying.
That is like against the rules.
So I go full poker. And I'm trying to bluff him out of this. At this point, like it's like 8:45. Everyone's upstairs. We're like bedtime, and there's some rumblings and some grumblings that there might be a push-off contest coming up. And so he's like,
everybody run down?
No, everybody's upstairs with us, right? Because that's where we're all at.
Okay.
And I'm like, he's like, I think I can do 30. I'm like, I know I got 25. And just as a pure grit, I got to be able to get 10 to tell him I can beat him. Hopefully he'll back off this thing.
Right.
I got 35, no problem. I said, so I said, if you think you can beat that, we'll go. If not, we live to see another day. And I'm like, please say I live to see another day. Please say I live to see another day. He goes, prove it. I go, oh, shit. We got to go now, right?
No, it's
go time, right? It's go time. Like you have been dueled, you have been slapped in the face with the glove. It's either you're a chicken or it's time to put up or shut up, right?
And it's your kid. Like you cannot back down.
So he goes, you go first. I'm like, oh man, I don't even get to see the bar, right? I don't even know what I'm up against. But I felt good. I hadn't done chest at the gym in a couple of days, so I knew I wasn't going to be sore. But I just had been at practice. I hadn't really warmed up. I'm like, we got to go, bro. And I start banging him out. I'm getting 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm like, feeling good, feeling strong. And I hit about 25. Like, okay, here it comes. All right, arms get a little shaky. I hit 30. I'm good. 35. I'm still cooking. And I'm like,
no.
I'm like, all right, I'm about maxed out though. And then I get to 40, and I'm like, this is a good number to stop at because I look strong. I think he realizes that I can keep going. I'm not sure if I can keep going, but the perception is there. Perception is there. So I shut it down.
Perception is reality.
Yeah, I'm like, 40, done. You're up. Like, and just so you know, I could have kept going, but I didn't want you to get bored over there, right? So I lay the foundation. Right? I lay the foundation. I'm like, just so you know, that's just where I felt like maybe it should be your turn because I've been doing this for so long now.
Right.
So he gets up and he's like, I think he was flustered at that point. I think he overcommitted. I think he went all in with like a 2 and a 7, right? Like and they're not even suited. He's going off suit 2-7. He pushed all in, and I think he realizes he is in deep shit.
Right.
And so he gets to about 25-ish, and he goes, "All right, you win." He goes, "I can't keep up with you." I'm like, dear baby Jesus, thank you. So I saved my face. So I went from, so I think he now knows I am still a little bit faster than him. I got him on the strength. But last night I had to throw down the gauntlet.
Oof. Thank God you won.
Because I know that there's going to be a day where he's going to have me.
He's going to cook
He's going to have me. But I just had to remind him last night was not that night. I felt good about my efforts. I felt good about putting him in his place.
You should. You should.
And then I told Andy about it. She did not seem very impressed. I was like, bro, I just hammered your son. I was like, just put him in a blender. She's like, doing what? I was like, push-up contest. She's like, you guys are supposed to be going to bed. I'm like, but I beat him by 15. She's like, why? Why are we doing push-ups right now? I'm just like, no, the answer was, yeah, get him. Way to go, man.
Right.
I felt like she left. I feel like she was not impressed.
She was not.
I felt like she should have been, though.
It's
I feel like 40 straight push-ups. I feel like that was a pretty good number.
When you take them on like that and they challenge you.
Yes.
Because he threw down the gauntlet.
He
He was
did.
like, I could do this.
He did. That was the first time he stepped up, and I think he thought he had me.
See, my kids are older.
Right.
Like my youngest boy is 21. He's going to be 22 this year. So he's thrown down a couple times.
How many do you think Brandon could do?
Push-ups?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't compete with him.
He'd smoke you?
Oh. That's what he does.
I mean, he's a manual labor kind of.
Yeah,
he's like construction. He's one of those guys that you describe as like country farm strong.
Yeah, exactly. And like I was talking to him the other day, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to doing push-ups. I'm like, how many do you crank? Oh, back in high school, I would crank out 300 a day. 100 before school, 100 when I got back from school, and 100 before I went to bed.
I think my new goal is I'm gonna get to the point where I can do 50 straight.
So I am not even gonna try to throw when he threw that number, whether it was
You're just
right or
out,
wrong.
out.
I wasn't even gonna challenge him.
It's like, good for you, buddy. Good for you.
I'm like, yeah, that's awesome.
That's right.
Because once you throw down 300, whether it's right or wrong, you're like, I'm not even trying this one.
And that's what I think. That's why I think sooner or later, you got to pick your battles, right?
Right.
It's kind of like real estate and contract. Yesterday, we negotiated a pretty good deal, monster contract. We had to pick our battles on what we wanted to make a sticking point on, but we got the contract.
Right.
Because you learn to pick your battles. And I feel like I still got him, but pretty soon it's going to be close.
Yeah, like now I know that if he ever throws the gauntlet down on something, I have to figure out as quickly as possible how to get it to legs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like, how do we get this to legs? I get it off Farm Strong.
Okay.
Because Farm Strong is like upper body, you carry, pick up stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get you to legs, where I know I'll cook you. Like you're not gonna squat what I squat. You're not gonna push what I push.
I like it. Okay.
But I gotta figure out how to get it to leg and get it off the other side.
See, that's where the big brain comes in, and that's again, you go right back into real estate. It's like knowing what your end goal is and being smart about how you get there. And it goes back to the book that we've been talking about is let them, right?
Yep.
Let them think they maybe have the upper hand. Let them think they got the win. As long as you're getting what you truly wanted or got to where you needed to be, does it really matter if they thought they got the win or, like you're so egotistical, you have to have the win. It's like, listen, you can think you got the win. Fine, have it. I got the contract I needed that was right for my client. I got the terms that I needed, so like it worked for me. But if you feel like you got the win, great, have it. Let them have it, right? But at the end of the day, we got the contract we needed and the terms we wanted.
And isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Yes.
We're supposed to get what the client wants. But see, that's where we go into what makes the difference between a regular real estate agent and like what we do.
Okay, so with that question, I thought about this.
Oh, I thought about it last night.
Okay.
I thought about it because I'm teaching a class on the 12th and 13th, both 2 days back to back, same class. Go ahead.
Okay, so I thought about this the other day as I've been reading this new book, and I was doing my little sauna meditation, right, at the gym.
Here we go, the sauna.
Yeah, bro. Listen, don't sleep on the
I'm
sauna.
not.
Don't sleep on the sauna.
I'm dying to go to a sauna now.
Oh, so good, dude. But here's my thought. The difference, I should say but what I identified is the difference between a good agent and a bad agent is the agent that can identify the agent that they're working with, or like buy side, list side, right? Realizes that they're on the same team. A good agent realizes that they're on the same team. So if I'm the buyer, you're the listing agent, realizing and getting you to realize I'm on your team here. Okay? Right. A bad agent thinks it's me against you.
It's adversarial.
Because the more, like, at the end of the day, we both have the common goal. My goal is to get my clients to close on the house that you have. Your goal is to get to close for your clients. So if we become enemies, that doesn't help us or either of our clients.
Correct.
The agent that realizes that it's okay to work with somebody, right? Like, it's not like I'm sending you my referrals or giving you my business. Like, you have something I need, a house. I have something you need, a buyer. Why can't we be on the same page, work together, have good conversations, stay connected? I mean, it's like the last deal we did with my boy Big Max. Right? It's like we stayed on the same page. It was smooth. Even the contract we negotiated yesterday, conversation, it stayed smooth. There was a little push, a little give, take, right? But it's like, I think that's what separates the really good agents from the bad agents is understanding it's not about them. It's not about me beating the other agent. It's about getting the deal that makes the most sense for my client. And if that means we're on the same team, then who cares, right? We should be working together because we're both trying to get this deal closed.
You're absolutely correct. One of the other things that I think is crucial in that situation is knowing what the ultimate outcome is for your client. Right? Okay. Talking to your client. Like, a lot of people don't do that. They just look at, I'm selling a house. I got to sell a house. Right? This client needs a house. I'm going to sell him a house. Well, so the class, this is why I was thinking about it, because the class I'm doing is on working with investors.
Okay.
Because our committee decided to do a class every month, somebody different on some other avenue of wealth building. So I put working with investors, which is something I'm super comfortable with. But one of the things that I'm looking at when I'm putting this class together.
Man down, fire, sniper shot.
Oh goodness.
Sniper.
Oh.
Bro, our set is falling apart.
I know we need to change things up here.
I think this is the book gods telling us it's time to rearrange the book collection.
I think so. We're gonna have to get a new book.
Sniper.
So, one of the things I was thinking is, how do you truly work with somebody if you don't know what their end goal is?
Understanding their big why.
There's a phone ring. Is that your phone?
That's not my phone.
Oh, somebody over there. Oh.
It's probably the president.
Maybe he's calling us to ask about stuff.
I would
happens all the
I would
time.
call us.
I would definitely call us.
If
you need consultation for anything, I'd call us.
I would call us.
Yeah. Did you see on our last video when we were talking about Super Bowls? We have a bunch of random posts on TikTok saying, "Hey, I'm selling my tickets. I'm selling my tickets. I'm selling my tickets." How accurate do they are?
I mean, that they really were selling them, or
that they're just trying to scam the shit out of you?
Scam the shit out of us. They wanted to see how much they could bait us for.
There's a bunch of, hey, something came up and I can't use my tickets.
So they probably got some like AI thing that's like scanning videos for anybody who mentions the word like sell tickets, buy tickets, how much did you pay for tickets? You know, like all these key phrases, and it flags those videos and send them, and they're just probably sending out mails. And then they're going to take that money and help the Saudi Arabia's prince who has a daughter who was kidnapped by camels, and you know, if you donate now, like she'll be released, you know, like it's one of those email chains, you know, like.
Oh. So it's super funny. I had a client. I had a vendor yesterday that I use all the time for garage doors, right? And I've referred him in the last 5 or 6 years probably 100 times.
Bro, I had you. I just did my garage door. Remember?
With him?
With myself.
No.
That's fair.
That's what this guy does for a living, and he's got insurance. No, not you. Anyways, see, you want to do that. We were talking about this, how you want to save money at everything. So, yeah, this is exactly the reason. No, so I use Johnny for everything when it comes to garage doors. And he's also a locksmith.
Johnny Tahiti.
Not Johnny.
Tattoo /
Yanni.
garages.
Yanni.
Oh, Yanni. Got it.
Yanni. He's Israeli.
With
Good
a
guy.
Y?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's funny. So he got he did a house for an investor of mine. Last week, he put in new frames, new everything, got it ready to go, and he gave a price. And then I was like, okay, perfect, he'll pay you. And on Sunday, the investor sends me a text. He goes, dude, I'm so sorry, I forgot to pay him. I just paid him. Let me know. I think it's this is what it was. And I was like, okay. He's like, if you need more money, just let me know. So I get a call yesterday from Yanni, and he's like, hey, I just got a random dollar amount Zelled to me. And I'm like, yeah, that was my guy. Are you sure it was your guy, or was it you from one of your phones? Because I have the office phone, I have my personal phone. And I'm like, no, it wasn't me. He goes, are you sure? Because if it was you personally, I'm sending you back the money. I will not accept the money from you. I did it for him. I'll wait for him to pay me, but I don't want you to feel that you have to pay me to keep face with me.
Right.
And I was like, you know how cool it is to have a vendor that's like that?
Yeah. That's
like
awesome.
that just shows how much of a relationship, and our team builds relationships with people, that he's willing to call just to verify, because he thought I sent him the money. And he's like, no, I'll wait for your client. If your client's in a tight bind, he could pay me at close. He could pay me whenever.
Right.
I just don't want you to be out the money.
Well, I mean, it just goes to reputation. You know, I had same thing with a guy the other day. Reached out about something. It was actually a Little League sponsorship from another team, because I handle the softball side, and people were sending over sponsor information, and he saw my email signature. And he made the comment. He's like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Man, obviously we're in the same industry." He was in mortgage. He goes, "I've seen your name and your team's name quite a bit around." He goes, "We should definitely sit down and talk and see what we can do." I think we obviously have our preferred lenders, but I mean, and I would definitely talk to the guy. Keep
Right.
good relationships, obviously. But it was interesting. Like to your point, like we continue to focus our business on building relationships, building the reputation, and maybe that's not for everybody. Maybe they need somebody different, whatever. Like our style may not be for everybody.
That's for sure.
Like some people don't like our style. Doesn't work with them. But I do think at the end of the day, the work that we put out, the clients that we help, I think every single one of them would send absolute glowing remarks and do. And then we even have vendors, like you said, that are willing to be like, it's fine, dude. We know you're good for it. Like
We're
we'll
not
just take care of it
sweating
later.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty cool.
And it's so funny because there's our team lead, Sean. He's putting out all these cool videos now.
Yeah, I
Right?
talked to him about that the other day.
And it's a lender, right? And I'm like, oh, it's a lender. So whatever, we were talking. He was telling me the lenders, who the lender is, and whatever. He's like, but it just shows what kind of people we surround ourselves with as well. He's like, but dude, if you're gonna use him to help do videos, go ahead and use him, but you got to kick him some business. And I know you have
Yeah.
your preferred lenders,
Right,
but it'd be
right.
kind of shitty for you to use them just for videos and then you don't
Right.
kick them business. And I'm like, truth be told, there's a lender that Aaron and I knew that we went that had something like badass. Like they had a whole studio. It was great. We just didn't click with the guy. So we were like, we never once, and we were told a million times, hey, use our studio, come to our, and we never used it once
It was just not going to be a good partnership.
because we knew it wasn't, like, it just didn't, we didn't click. So I'm like, yeah, to your point, I'd have to meet him, talk to him, see what he's all about before I even take advantage of it, because I don't, if it doesn't click, it doesn't click. I'm not going to lie and just for personal benefit send you to take care of something
Right.
for me to get it, rather than if it's not in the best interest of the people around us or what we're trying to do and try to accomplish with it. It's just weird. It's just that's how we operate.
Well, it's very similar to like the networking group that I belong to, and you're kind of where it's like our team is represented there, and the philosophy is givers gain. It's just like that story with Yanni. It's like, hey, you give business, not expecting anything in return,
Right.
not expecting favors, but you give them business and just like, hey, because you're a good dude, because the relationship is there, and in turn you gain. When in a moment where he's like, they're like, just chill, like we don't need this, right? You gained, you gave the business, you gained the respect and the reputation of like, I know Ed'll take care of me. I'm not worried about it. I know this guy, maybe he's tight on money or he's trying to sell it, needs to do an escrow. So it's cool that, like our whole style is, it's, we put others first, to make sure that they're taken care of at all times. And we know on the back end, it'll come around and we'll gain from it, whether it's a reputation or whether it's a favor that you need, where you got to call somebody, hey, I need a last minute, inspection or a repair. We got like 2 hours. Can you come fix this, this door, like I think we've now given enough to where we've earned that right to, the vendors, they appreciate it.
Well, and it's funny because people know how we operate and how we are. And, Family Reunion, which is our big Keller Williams event's coming in a couple weeks. And one of our team leaders is having an event. And he's like, hey, do you know any sponsors? Because I'm trying to get this together. And he really doesn't do real estate at all. He's not even licensed to do real estate because that's not what he does. He does recruiting and managing the offices and stuff. And I said, yeah, use this guy. He'll help you out. And then yesterday I was in his office working out of there, and I walked by him, and he goes, hey, come here for a second. And I walked in, and I was like, what's going on? He's like, I talked to the guy, good guy. I think they're going to do what they're going to sign up, and they're going to take care of this. But they were telling me to look for a home warranty company. Who do you have that's a nationwide home warranty? So we have the reputation that we work with quality people, that people are asking us for referrals.
Oh, and it happens daily in this office. Daily.
People come up to us and say, who do you use for this? Who do you use for that? Or we just walked down the hall today. Somebody was like, hey, I may have a referral for you. I think my brother's going to need some industrial space. Like, that's on a... Yesterday I got 2 referrals for commercial space.
Yeah.
It happens because people know us, know how we have integrity. We have somebody that actually, from another brokerage, reached out to JC and said, hey, I need a good... Who's your go-to guy for industrial? JC's like, reach out to Ed. He'll take care of you. and JC's our broker, and that's just a reputation we built.
Yeah.
Like the class I'm teaching on the 12th and 13th, working with investors, I wrote up some definitions and some stuff that I'm going to give out in the class. And most people just say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. No, I sent it to JC this morning. I'm like, hey, you want to look this over? And he sent it back to me. Looks great. Thank you for teaching this class. I would just add these 2 little things and then something else we talked about. And he's like, that's it. But everything looks fantastic. Thank you for doing this. Because it's not me. You're the broker. I got to make sure that whatever I do is in line with you. It's not just do it for me.
Sure.
It's kind of like you with baseball, right? You coach baseball. You coach softball. But you got to kind of do it within the rules of someone South.
Correct.
And you want to make sure that everybody's on the even playing field. And you don't take advantage because you've been there for years and say, well, I know
no, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
You don't poach just quality players because you know them and say, hey, you know what? Dad, if you say you coach with me, even if you never show up, it doesn't really matter. Just say you coach with me and I get your daughter and try to stack your team. You don't do that. You take whoever's there.
You know what's funny? Because we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago. I pride myself on I just don't recruit kids, right? There's a lot of club organizations that they recruit girls, the boys, come play for our organization. We'll do this, we'll do that. I'm like, you know what? Here's the day. You either want to play for me or you don't. I don't care. Either way, it's fine. Right. Most of the kids that I have that play with me, they stay, because they know what they're getting. Every now and again, we lose one they want to try something else or they need a different fit or maybe my style doesn't work. They need a little bit more of a hard-ass coach or something like that. But I get more people asking me, hey, do you have room on your team? Hey, do you have room on your team? Even with our little boys team, we had 2 guys that we know, and we played against them the other day, and we won the game. But the way that our boys carried themselves on the field, they were having fun, but they were making plays. They were getting it done. They looked good. And our coaching style, when nobody's yelling at anybody, and they're like, dude, hey, can we just complain on your guys' team? We're like, dude, our roster is full. It's not the most talented roster you've ever seen, but it's a bunch of good kids and good families that just play well together and they make plays. They're like, we don't even care. We don't even have to play. We just want to be around this environment. We'll be practice players, whatever, which never works out because everybody always wants to play. And then you get the heartstrings. I can't just have you be I need you to play. But it's people they want to be surrounded by like-minded people and people like that. And I've had more people ask to join a team than to leave a team I'm like, dude, I don't even we're not even that good. They're like, we don't care. We just want to be around it,
I don't know if I could be that friendly coach.
Trust me, I have my moments, don't get me wrong. I flip a switch when I hit the lines. I start nice until you piss me off. If you're a Bush League coach, it gets passive real fast. I get passive aggressive with the comments and I'll start
No, but I'm saying with the kids.
Oh. Yeah.
See, because I see these coaches all the time, right? That I know when I coached. Mm-hmm. It was a different era. It was, 20 years ago.
You're a coach like my father-in-law. My father-in-law's like, I'm like, why don't you go help with the football? He goes, I couldn't. The rules that are in place these days, I'd get in trouble because I couldn't do it.
I'd get kicked out. We literally, our coaching staff, when I coached the assistants with me, one of them got banned from a park. Completely banned for the season. Because the mother was screaming at him and he practically jumped over the dugout to scream back in her face. We were aggressive coaches. Then again, we like to win championships, so we don't like to be just playing just to play the game.
That's fair. Hey, listen.
You play.
Listen. Oh, geez, Sniper's back. Yep. Sniper. Get down. Get down.
I guess they're following the rules.
Yellow banana. Get down. That is code for hit the deck.
I don't know what they're doing. Are they? They're shooting at us.
Listen. Hey, listen. When you're on top, it's easy to be a target.
We are.
Bazinga! Okay. So I know we got the big Super Bowl coming up, and we talked about it briefly. So I got a question for you. Okay, Eagles. That's fine. How about Taylor Swift? I mean, do we agree that she's just wearing a T on her inner thigh? Is that for Travis? Did you see that at the Grammys?
No, I didn't.
Oh, she was at the Grammys. I saw her. She was wearing Chiefs red, and she was getting down. She was having a good time. Good for her. She had a champagne bottle in one hand. She's dancing in the hallways. I think that girl parties, dude. I think Tay gets down. I think she likes to have a good party. And she had like this chain thing, and it had a T on it, and people were like, oh yeah, it's Taylor Swift, and people were like, oh, thigh. And then there's like a song or something that talks about a thigh, and now people are saying the T was maybe for Travis.
It might be.
It'd be a shout out. I got you, bro.
I just have never seen anybody change so much their appearance because they're with a girl now.
You think Kelsey looks that different?
Oh, he has little flowing hair now. He used to be a buzz cut guy with a fade.
I feel like he's gone through a couple of hairstyles.
No,
Okay,
he's
all
got the
right.
little fluffy hair, and he wants to be a little fluffy guy.
All right, so you're all in on the Eagles. See, I'm torn because I wanted to see a new winner, but part of me is like, I just don't know Philly, man. Their fans are like,
But you know
they
why I want him to
agitate
win?
me.
You know why I want him to win?
Because you don't want the Chiefs to win.
No. Well, that's one thing, but that's not the real reason. The real reason is the ultimate team player, Saquon.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you look throughout the season, there's so many times that he could have kept playing and he would have beat the record. And he was like, no, don't worry about it. Just let the young guys try it. When the rookie running back for the Eagles scored a touchdown in the championship game, he was the first player to grab his helmet, put it on, and run on the field because you're not supposed to be on the field without a helmet. Run on to go congratulate him. He didn't go for the record because the goal was to win the Super Bowl. Like, to me, that would be the ultimate. For me, for me to be complete and be happy for the Super Bowl, it would be Saquon goes for 150, 2 touchdowns, and MVP, and they win. Because then, you know what? Not going for the record is irrelevant. I'm the MVP of the Super Bowl. That's what I want.
I think what would make me happy is if they played for 5 hours,
Peanuts?
it ended in a tie, and they just called the game so neither of them won.
No.
I don't want to see either of them win.
No, I want the Eagles. I want Saquon. I want to show.
All right. We get it. You want to fly with the Eagles, bro.
I'm not an Eagles fan.
I think you are.
And all my Cowboys,
I think you are.
I think all my Cowboy fans would hate me, all my buddies.
Ooh.
But I think that being the ultimate team player
All right, I'm in.
deserves something.
That's fair. That's fair. You got rationale behind it. I can support that. So here's the thing: is that Andy caught me off guard.
And
talking
Kermit the
about
Frog,
that.
I'm tired of his voice.
Andy caught me off guard with this the other day. She's like, I want to get one of the prop bet sheets. I was like, oh. And so, just to kind of fiddle through that, maybe
Right.
let the kids like give some opinion and just make some bets and stuff.
Right.
So I think that's the route we're going. I think we're going to go, it
Prop bets?
reminds me, I got to go pick up a prop bet sheet. I think I'm going to make some prop bets.
Go
think I'm
Saquon
gonna,
over. Whatever.
Saquon over, no matter what. All in, huh?
Yeah, they're going to go under 100 yards. It's probably going to be the prop bet.
I'd like to see what
Can you look it
Kelsey's. I'd like to see what Kelsey's receptions are because he's 3 shy of breaking the all-time receptions record. What better way to do it? I forget about him as a whatever, but think about guys at the
Flowing hair guy.
Think
Mr.
about
Fabio.
Flow. Okay, forget about Flow.
Fabio.
But dude, what better way to become the all-time leader in receptions and in the Super Bowl? They're gonna feed him the rock. I'd like to see what the over/under is like Kelsey receptions because I'm going over. I think they feed him the rock to break the record and win the Super Bowl.
They're not going to win the Super Bowl. Eagles are going to win.
Okay. All right. Well,
Did you get the prop bet there? No.
So I think we're gonna have some interesting prop bets.
I think Saquon's definitely going to be. They're going to be under 100 yards because the Chiefs have not given up a 100-yard rusher in 18 playoff games. So Saquon's going to be under 100. I think he goes over 100. I think he scores 2.
So we're going Saquon easy anytime touchdown.
Oh, anytime.
Anytime touchdown for sure. Who do you think scores the first touchdown? Is it gonna be some random dude again? Then they always have one will there be a safety?
I think the safety. I don't think so. I think who's going to score the first touchdown?
Ooh.
It'd probably be Smith.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith. Yeah, because they're going to try to bottle up Saquon, and then they're going to double team AJ,
Okay.
and that leaves Devontae.
Okay.
I mean, there's only so many players.
Maybe a Jalen Hurts scramble.
That could be, but I don't think. I think Jalen wants to prove
That he can pass the rock.
that he could pass
All right.
it.
All right, so I'm gonna take a look at the Saquon over for you. I'm gonna hook you up with the prop bet on the Saquon over. I think I'm gonna take a look at the Kelsey receptions. That one's intriguing because I think you go for the record in the Super Bowl.
You know who's a real winner if they three-peat?
Andy Reid?
No. Pat Riley.
Why? What?
Pat Riley from the Miami Heat,
Yeah.
Godfather. Because he trademarked the three-peat
when he was with the
when
Bulls?
the Lakers first did it. When he was
when-
the coach of the Lakers, they did it for the first time.
I was thinking Phil Jackson.
So they say they're going to have $20 billion worth of merchandise if it comes out.
Uh-huh.
And his royalty is 5% of that.
What?
For using the word three-peat.
All in on Pat Riley.
The real winner.
Brains of the operation, Pat Riley. Speaking of winners and losers in the Lakers.
What do you think of that trade?
Oh.
Real quick before we go, what do you think of that trade?
I don't know enough about basketball to even talk about it. But the best thing that I've seen and what I will continue to watch for the end of the year is I saw just continued running clips from White Man Can't Jump, where with LeBron being Wesley Snipes and Luka being Billy Ho.
I have not.
Oh, you haven't seen the. Oh, you haven't seen the comparisons?
No.
Oh God, they're so good. They put like LeBron's face on Wesley Snipes. They put Luka's face on
Woody
Harrelson. And they're just like, this is going to be them by the end of the season. And they just have random clips from White Man Can't Jump. And I was dying rolling. So honestly, that's all that I hope comes to fruition. And this is the best White Man Can't Jump comedy of all time. Like, this is White Man Can't Jump meets reality.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all this is. And I'm here for it. I am here for it.
But you know what the crazy thing is? This is the Lakers' way of saying, LeBron, we're moving on from you.
You really?
Yeah, 100%.
Why? I don't know enough about basketball. Why does this mean? Because why? They ditched AD.
They ditch AD, who's in his 30s.
Right.
LeBron's 40.
Okay.
And they bring in Luka, who's 26.
Oh, so he's okay.
He's the future.
Okay, fair.
So,
but he's gonna be. I thought he's a free agent in like a year, right?
No, he won't sign a supermax, but
he can't, right? Some I saw like why? Because he was traded.
Yeah, he lost $100 million.
So just because he was traded, first of all, boo-hoo. Okay, like I ain't crying for none of these guys that are losing $100 million. Absolutely is a crap ton of money. But like when you're these guys,
he's still gonna sign for like $200 something million.
Like some boo-hoo.
For a 4-year, $200 million something deal.
Wow. So because you get traded now, you can't re-sign a supermax?
You're right, because you can only sign a supermax with your original team.
That drafted you?
Yeah, and that's where he was at.
Really?
It's like the 5-year with the rookies in the NFL, like the 5-year. You have the extra year of eligibility.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. So I mean,
I don't know. Cry for the guy. He's gonna be poor now.
Yeah, I'm not crying for any of them. I'm not. I'm here for. I'd like to know what if somebody can just tell us what Wesley Snipes' name was in White Man Can't Jump, because I can't remember what his name is.
We got to find it out.
Billy Ho just coming off the wasn't it? It was Billy Ho, right?
Yeah,
was it
I think so.
Coming over like the bridge, like coming down, and it's like that guy right there. Oh, I've seen so many White Man Can't Jump clips now, and I'm just like, I'm all in.
All right, so how many more escrows are you going to do this week?
Ooh, well, let's see. We just put in one this morning.
I'm going to put in one by Friday.
I'm going to put in a new listing today. So showed yesterday, showing today. So I like to get at least one more going today too.
All right, let's make it happen then.
Okay. Billy Ho out.